sinful will to fulfill his will, to demonstrate to people the very definition of grace. See, we were chosen undeserving people. We were dead in sin, following the desires of our heart, but we were known before the hands of time, and Christ willingly emptied himself, stepped off the throne to dwell among us, suffering in the midst of sin and temptation, living the life that we could not live to save us from the pits of hell. That's what Christ did for us. In verse 9, we see, for a little while, the word little in Greek is brachi, meaning he was lowered lower than the angels for a short time, not in position. It's very important to understand. He never lost his divinity. He always was God. So Jesus Christ, the one who always existed, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, always was and always will be, took on human flesh as our substitute. It was not as if he came and a hard turn of events took place and he had no other option but to die. But what he actually did is he came to die so that we could live. From the throne to the stable, God became flesh, truly God, truly man. The baby would one day have nails driven through his hands, would not have an outer appearance of glory, would live a life of suffering, hated and despised, and would endure the wrath of his Father that you and I deserved. God treated him as if he lived my life, and he treats me as if I lived his. Not because we first loved him, because he first loved us. That's the perfect substitute. In the close of verse 9, it says, so that by grace of God he might taste death for everyone. It's a glorious way to describe what Christ did on the cross as our substitute. He tasted death for everyone who would ever believe. Think about this word taste. You remember in Gethsemane in the garden, and he's praying, and the cross is looming just ahead of him. And we see in Matthew 26:39, my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. People often look at that and they say, oh, he was having this big moment as a human, and he didn't want to go to the cross, and he was fighting. He had a mission. He was going to do what he was called to do. So what's in the cup? Why do we say, take this cup from me? So think about Isaiah 51:22. This prophecy 700 years before Jesus would come that is talking about what Christ did for us. It says, thus says the Lord your God, who pleads the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken from your hand the cup of staggering, the bowl of my wrath. You shall drink no more. It was more than the beatings, and the crown of thorns, and the nails that would cause him torture. Jesus drank the bitter cup of wrath that I deserved to the very last drop. It was separation from his Father and all-consuming, terrifying wrath that I deserved. Historically, kings would have a servant that would be the taster. And they would go and they would have someone that would go and they would taste the cup or the food before the king would eat it. So that in case it was poison, that person would give up their life on behalf of their king. But here we have the King of Kings tasting the bitter cup of wrath of God, the poison that we deserved, as they took the punishment that we deserved on our behalf. That is the perfect substitute. But this is the beauty of it also. He's crowned with glory. The time of humiliation is seasoned because of the suffering of death on our behalf. He reigns at the right hand of God, sovereign, in complete control. A crown of thorns, from a crown of thorns to crowned with glory and honor.